Hey, LaDamian, you have been asking for some frog and toad, and I have some here for you. And you might remember our first chapter was about Frog having to trick Toad to wake up. He had to tell him it was May because March was too early for Toad to wake up. And then that silly Toad, he lost his button. He was so sad that he lost his button. And then guess what? He lost his button, but it was really in his pocket, and they picked up all those buttons, and then he gave the button jacket to Frog because they're friends. And so now I want to read you. It's called A Swim. Toad and Frog went down to the river. What a day for a swim, said Frog. Yes, said Toad. I'll go behind these rocks and put on my bathing suit. I don't wear a bathing suit, said Frog. Well, I do, said Toad. After I put on my bathing suit, you must not look at me until I get in the water. Why not? Said Frog. Whoops, I'm going to get this to where I can read it right here, friend, so that why not? Asked Frog. Because I look funny in my bathing suit. That is why, said Toad. Frog closed his eyes when Toad came out from behind the rocks. Toad was wearing his bathing suit. Don't peek, he said. LaDamian, do you think that Frog peeked? What do you think? Well, I already read the story. I know. What do you think's going to happen? That is a great prediction. Frog and Toad jumped in the water. They swam all afternoon. Frog swam fast and made big splashes, and Toad swam slow and made smaller flashes. I said flashes. He made smaller splashes. Splash, 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 LaDamian. A turtle came along the riverbank. Frog, tell that turtle to go away, said Toad. I don't want him to see me in my bathing suit. When I come out of the river, Frog swam over to Turtle. Turtle, said Frog, you will have to go away. Why should I? Asked Turtle. Because Toad thinks he looks funny in his bathing suit, and he does not want you to see him, said Frog. There Frog is talking to Toad. Okay, I'm going to read fast so that we get through this story because there's only 5 minutes. Okay, LaDamian? All right. Some lizards were sitting nearby. Does Toad really look funny in his bathing suit? They asked. A snake crawled out of the grass. If Toad looks funny in his bathing suit, said the snake, then I, for one, want to see him. We want to see him too, said 2 dragonflies. Me too, said a field mouse. I've not seen anything funny for a long time. Frog swam back to Toad. I'm sorry, Toad, he said. Everyone wants to see how you will look. Then I will stay right here until they go away, said Toad. The turtle and the lizards and the snake and the dragonflies and the field mouse all sat on the riverbank. They waited for Toad to come out of the water. Please, cried Frog, go away. But no one went away. Toad was getting colder and colder. Man, LaDamian, I have such a hard time figuring this screen out. Anyway, Toad was getting colder and colder. He was beginning to shiver and sneeze. I will come out of the water, said Toad. I'm catching a cold. Toad climbed out of the water. Then the water was dripping out of his bathing suit and down onto his feet. LaDamian, do you think he looked funny? What do you think? Did he look funny? Kind of looks funny, doesn't he? And he looks sad. The turtle laughed. The lizards laughed. The snake laughed. The field mouse laughed. And Frog laughed. And Mrs. P and LaDamian laughed too. What are you laughing at, Frog? Said Toad. I'm laughing at you, Toad, said Frog, because you do look funny in your bathing suit. Of course I do, said Toad. Then he picked up his clothes and he